The need for the best VPN for Windows is the same as the need for an internet without geo-blocked content, phishing websites, and ISP throttling. Can't get the latter, so let's at least make sure we have the former. In this video, I'll introduce the best VPN Windows options to you and explain how they're going to help you eliminate these issues. So I want to start by explaining why a VPN for Windows is a must, but if you're an experienced user, feel free to skip ahead. Otherwise, you must realize that virtual private networks heavily improve privacy and security by concealing IP addresses and rerouting connections. This also allows them to spoof user location and grant access to geo-blocked content, typically streaming platforms. And since internet service providers are notorious for arbitrarily throttling users if they detect any online activity they don't like, VPNs come to the rescue since they can obscure user traffic, making ISPs unable to detect what they are up to. These are the general upsides reliable VPNs provide, and I'm going to introduce you to more unique and in-depth benefits while I review the top VPN options for Windows in 2025. NordVPN, Surfshark, and ProtonVPN. As I've mentioned, security and privacy are important, and these VPNs are more or less equal in that regard. They all use top-of-the-line encryption algorithms widely considered unbreakable. NordVPN and Surfshark also use RAM-only servers, which don't retain user data and are thus more private, while ProtonVPN doesn't fancy those. All of its servers feature full disk encryption, which is not that much worse, especially since ProtonVPN, NordVPN, and Surfshark have all been independently audited to confirm their promise to not log user data. These audits actually do a lot to alleviate the small concerns I had with Surfshark because of its jurisdiction in the Netherlands, a country that's part of an intelligence sharing alliance. But hey, without any data to give, no government can extort it. The situation with NordVPN and ProtonVPN is a bit different. Both have privacy-friendly jurisdictions, so I'm just not concerned with them. Now, so far, I've been describing some basics of these Windows VPN providers' security and privacy, but I'd like to give you a sneak peek of their special features as well. So here we have double VPN or multi-hop, depending on the provider. This feature chains multiple VPN servers one after another, applying double encryption and throwing any potential trackers off. In ProtonVPN, a similar feature called Secure Core reroutes my connection not just through arbitrary servers, but through a specifically chosen one in privacy-friendly countries. So if you're looking for a reliable security in your Windows VPN, these are all great options which you can get through one of these QR codes or the links in the description. An exclusive discount is included. Now, being privacy-friendly is no doubt good, but my best VPN for PC must be user-friendly as well. My fellow Windows users, we've been victims of Microsoft defiling the comfort of our OS with every new release. And now that switch to Windows 11 is pretty much inevitable, I'm glad to at least know that my VPNs will retain a comfortable UI and provide me with the best user experience, unlike my OS. NordVPN and ProtonVPN both have interactive world maps, my personal favorite way of showing what servers they have and how far from each other they are. Now, Surfshark is not that far from them, instead focusing on showing each feature clearly, even adding short explanations for beginners. Besides, while macOS and iOS often restrict their systems, forcing VPNs to remove some features, Windows apps retain absolutely all of these providers' functionality. My most beloved features are related to ad blocking. Now that Chrome is completely anti-consumer with the Manifest v3 update killing most popular ad blockers, I've turned to VPNs for help. So NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro effectively removes ads, trackers, and even detects and bans malicious domains and files. ProtonVPN's NetShield is pretty much the same. It cleans all the trashy content from websites without trouble. While Surfshark also has its own ad blocker with about the same functionality as the other two, the true star of this show is Surfshark antivirus. Yeah, this is the one and only VPN with a built-in antivirus, and it is a good one at that. Independent researchers have placed it on the same level as top providers like Bitdefender or Norton. I have some trust in Windows Defender, but I'm going to be honest, if I can use a strong antivirus to reinforce the weaker sides of Microsoft's protection, I'm going to do that in a heartbeat. That's why I've used these VPN for Windows options through the years. They are easy to use and just complement the OS's strengths and weaknesses really nicely. If you also want to try them, grab a special discount in the description below or scan one of these QR codes. Now, besides the features that I've mentioned, there are other useful ones, and I want to discuss those real quick. For instance, split tunneling. Each of the providers has it, and this feature lets me choose which apps that I'm going to use with a VPN and which without. Considering how often that I have apps that require an internet connection on my PC, it's really useful. Now, I can keep my privacy-dependent stuff like email, meetings, or torrenting connected to a VPN and everything else on the default connection. NordVPN's MeshNet is a unique feature that allows me to create encrypted LAN connections with other MeshNet users. It's like Hamachi or Radmin, just way more convenient and secure. It's a great addition for any Windows users who misses the good old days of LAN multiplayer too. Now, Surfshark is no stranger to unique and very useful features as well with alternative ID. This feature effectively lets me play James Bond, creating a separate fake persona for me with a new email address and everything. I mean, this is a one-tap way to avoid data leaks from websites, preserve your privacy, and browse without worrying about leaving a digital footprint. Proton VPN has something to offer as well. Its VPN accelerator feature does a pretty good job of improving my internet speeds. Of course, it's not the 400% increase the website advertises, but hey, any performance increase is valuable. Talking about performance, let's take a look at server grids. The speeds VPN can dish out are related to how loaded their servers are. With thousands of servers available, NordVPN and Proton VPN are the top VPN providers in this category. They have been competing for a while, and currently Proton VPN is in first in servers, but second in countries where the servers are available. Surfshark is behind both of them, but don't let that trick you. This server list is actually more than enough to maintain fast speeds. Now, see for yourself. Even while losing in servers, Surfshark is the second fastest VPN, overtaken only by NordVPN. Sadly, Proton VPN is still left slightly behind even with VPN Accelerator. Not that it affects its ability to access streaming content. In my experience, as long as you have a good VPN for Windows, watching streaming content from anywhere in the world in 4K is not a pipe dream, but a daily occurrence. Whether you pick NordVPN, Surfshark, or Proton VPN, streaming gets super smooth. I've tried multiple long distance locations like Japan, and my performance has not dropped a single time. As for torrenting, I do have a preference here. Proton VPN. Thanks to the port forwarding feature, it provides the best P2P speeds, but at the price of reduced protection. Honestly, won't recommend that to beginners, but if you know what you're doing, port forwarding is a must-have feature for P2P. Okay, now let's take a look at the affordability. Surfshark is currently the best Windows VPN in terms of price to value ratio. It's way cheaper than most competitors, including NordVPN, and that's even for the antivirus plan. NordVPN is a bit more expensive, which makes sense considering it does have a massive server grid, lots of features, and the fastest performance. Now, Proton VPN is the most expensive option on the list, but it's still fairly affordable, especially considering all the privacy perks that it includes with its plans. That said, I still recommend taking a look at these QR codes or the links in the description if you want the price to go even lower. Now, to summarize, if you want the best VPN for Windows, here's a lineup. NordVPN is the fastest option with unbreakable security and the largest list of additional features for all circumstances. Surfshark is the best price to value option with a built-in antivirus and stable performance. Proton VPN is the most privacy-focused provider offering open source code and useful extra features. So, which provider are you going to choose? Let me know in the comments below, and remember to like and subscribe while you're there. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.